Well, I can always contact my neighbor, see if he's around, or we can just roll with it and do another one.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but I got breaking news right here. This is a first for Two Dads with Dead Dads. This is our first breaking news segment.
Damn.
So, I don't know if you knew, digital privacy has been under increasing scrutiny in recent years as consumers become more aware of how companies collect, use, and share their personal information. Now, I don't know if you know of the network AMC. Have you ever heard of this? They hosted very great shows like
American movie classics.
Yes, they've had Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Correct.
And I think Mad Men was good, but I didn't watch it.
Wasn't the zombie one on there?
Walking Dead, that was good for one season. But anyway, apparently AMC shared the private information of the American viewers, and they were sued, a class action lawsuit, and I signed up to be a member. So I am absolutely appalled and offended because my personal information from American movie classics has been shared to God knows what.
At least 50 people.
It's unbelievable. But I just found out today that the lawsuit has been settled, and I have received my check in the mail. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news.
Damn.
Because of this lawsuit, I am now I feel great. I mean, now all my personal information is shared. And my personal information, ladies and gentlemen, was worth, I don't know if it'll show up, $8.93 made out to Charles Squilacci.
Like, don't worry about your credit score. It's not a big deal. We'll give you $8.
Dude, this is like the 5th or 6th time this has ever happened where like, oh, something that you've done or have been a part of is getting sued, and here's a $3 check. I'm like, do you really want me to go through all the trouble to cash a check for like $3?
Right.
It blows my mind. But anyway, I used to work in Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they're getting sued, and I'm gonna get. I think they said I calculated around $4, and I'm fucking waiting for it, dude.
We're gonna be able to retire soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually gonna put in Charlie's college fund.
Did you know that? Well, you did know. We went live on TikTok for the first time after I think it was last episode or whatever. Doesn't matter. I got a notification when we were done. It was like, "Here's your transaction," and I was like, "What?" And it was like, yeah, here's your transaction. So I looked, and we got paid to do the live stream.
We are
officially we're professional podcasters now. Like, we literally got paid to do this. I won't do shit. But he'll put the picture here, and yeah, we got paid a nickel, 5 cents from TikTok. So I just want to thank you, TikTok.
Thank you all the hard work is starting to pay off.
Konnichiwa.
It's wonderful. I'd like to thank Doug for going live on TikTok and just crushing it with the views and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, and I figured out too. Like I was telling Chaz, I was like, this is maybe a way out of our careers, because if we stream for 100 hours a week every week of the year, we'll each get $250 for the year. That's sick.
Incredible.
Hey guys, welcome back to Two Dads with Dead Dads. This is Doug, and this is Chaz. We're just two dads that reminisce about our dads and talk about your dads and what it was like for us to not have dads and what it was like for you to have dads. I'm going to turn it over to Chaz now. I'm terrible.
Are you getting more comfortable with it?
No, not at all, dude. I feel like shit. Like, I don't... Hey guys, welcome back to Two Dads with Dead Dads. I'm your host, Doug Hill, and this is your other host, Chaz Squilacci. We are two dads that reminisce about the past and our dads, and we love him. We love it. We love it. We love it. I don't
You
know
also keep forgetting to mention we are dads.
Yeah, we are dads.
So we reminisce about our fathers and all the loss of our lives without them in our lives, and the lessons that have never been learned because of our fathers that we could pass on to our children.
Right.
So my kid will know.
You've never said that before.
I know. Well, it's season 2. We're adding shit.
The intro is going to be 15 minutes long. We're dads. We're reminiscing about our lives without dads, and we want to talk about our kids today.
Yeah, and before we get into that, because kids like to gossip a lot. I don't know if you were ever in the gossiping. Were you like someone who talked shit on people?
Yeah, I used to try to start rumors on purpose to see like how far they would get. Yes, for sure.
I don't really like to gossip that much unless it's like with close friends and we're just like being little chatty Cathys. But when I do gossip, I like to talk about my dad because he's got a lot of dirt.
Good job. I didn't see that coming. I did not see it coming. Damn it. I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't see the setup coming.
I guess I'm pretty good at hiding setups.
Yeah.
Or hiding that I'm going into my dad joke of the week.
Yeah, for real. No, it's pretty good setup. So, what do you think about the Linkin Park vocalist? Topical.
Topical, even though this episode won't come out for a while, which, by the way, it's going to slow down a bit here at the Two Dads with Dead Dads Network because it is wedding season, and I am fucking filled to the brim with weddings, and I have never been this busy. I actually got a wedding tomorrow that I got hired today, so that is
wedding season?
Yeah, fall's wedding season.
Oh, I thought it was like...
So I'm going to slow down a bit. I say that now, it'll still probably be weekly, but I'm like, making sure, like, for the top 2 fans that comment and watch every week, thank you.
Yeah,
but if you're like, where is my new episode of Two Dads with Dead Dads starring Chaz and Doug, where they reminisce about their fathers and talk about their kids and, some advice, it'll come. Just let me do my job first.
If you listen, it will come. Thanks, Chaz and Corey. Or Chaz and Corey. Chaz, do you listen to it? I listen to it sometimes.
I listen to it because I have to. I have to edit it.
Oh, yeah. You probably listen to it more than anybody. Hell yeah. So, what do you think about the Linkin Park vocalist?
Oh, I honestly don't care.
Hell yeah. Scientology?
Don't care.
We will support Scientology if you guys pay us. So, we'll do whatever you guys want, really.
The only thing I know about Scientology is from the South Park episode with Tom Cruise and R. Kelly in the closet. And that's basically, since I stopped watching the news when I was like 22, I got all my news from South Park. So
I've seen a couple like documentaries on it and like clips of people approaching the people that are coming out of them. And the people are fucking weird. Like if you're into that shit, it's a little much.
I think anybody who's into any sort of religion where they preach it, they're not normal. Like if you're in a religion, that's fine. It's totally cool. Like, yeah, I believe in this, I believe in that, and I just live my life like this. But like when those people come up to you, for example, when I first moved to New Holland, like 10, 12 years ago, my ex and I went to Giant over the town over. I think it was like Leola or something like that. But anyway, there were a couple people there walking around and talking to people. And just, I was just shopping, doing my shopping at Giant. And I was wearing a corn shirt with, it was like a little, like, skull kid
you
on
were
a
wearing
tricycle.
a corn shirt?
I know. Shocking.
Breaking news.
And then she came up to me and was like, oh, that's a really cute shirt. Like, well, what that make that cuter? If you took it off and came to the Church of Christ or something like that. And I'm just like,
wow.
No, thank you. And I was a big fat dude, big fat boy, dreadlocks. I'm just like, no, thank you. But then I walk away and I come back to the milk aisle, and she and an apprentice or friend they had their hand on a handicapped woman's forehead.
Die. They're like, die.
Saying, Jesus, let this woman walk again. Those are psychos.
Can I tell you what happened to me recently?
Absolutely.
Did I tell you about my shoulder thing?
No.
Yeah, I had a customer recently. I was in her house, and she seemed pretty normal. And then I went to go give her options for a repair. I do heating and air conditioning shit. Anyway, I went like this. I was like, or you could do nothing. And I always do the same thing. I was like, or you could do nothing. And I went like this, and my shoulder was like, because I fractured my shoulder and tore my labrum. So I have a torn labrum in my shoulder, short version. So I have a torn shoulder. So it cracks and pops out sometimes. Anyway, so I went like, and I was like, oh, sorry about that. I was like, and then I was like, my shoulder's torn. And she goes, she's like, can I pray for you? And I was like, I think I said right off the bat, she's like, can I pray for you? I was like, no, you don't have to. I was like, it's torn. I know it's torn. Damn technical difficulties over here. Oh, no.
I got it. We're good.
All right, hell yeah. So she was like, the whole mic was like trying to give him head. It was pretty funny. Hell yeah. So, yeah, she goes, can I pray for you? And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. I know it's torn. And she's like, God fixes things like that. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. You can pray for me. And then she goes like this. She stands up and comes over to me. We're in her kitchen. And she goes, okay, so turn around. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I turn around. I'm facing a wall, her kitchen wall. And then she is almost as tall as me, too, which is already kind of bizarre because I'm almost 6'2". So she's a very tall woman. And then she reaches and grabs my shoulder from behind. And so I'm facing the wall. I'm this far from the wall, dude. It's like, it's ridiculous. And then she's like, dear God, dear Jesus, whatever she said. Dear God, please let the blood course through his vein and heal his shoulder. And she already told me to do the repairs on the thing. So she's like, and God, be with him while he performs the tasks on the air conditioner today. My eyes are like this. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then she goes, this is the funniest part. She goes like this. She goes, 30 seconds. It was ridiculously long. She goes, amen. And she goes, she's like, try your shoulder. And I was like, oh yeah, it feels great. Like, what the fuck, lady? Like, it's torn. What do you want me to do? It's torn. Like, it ain't fixed. So, and then we got done the call, and she's like, oh, try your shoulder again. And she's like, keep moving it around and stuff, and it should get better. And she's like, you know where I live if you. I'm like, dude, this lady's fucking whack. So that's one story. I've had that happen twice.
I feel your bill increasing with the Lord's power.
No shit.
Threw like a couple $100 on there because the Lord wanted it.
Sit here and talk to you for an extra hour because you're going to be doing this shit. Yeah, I got to charge you for sure. That happened to me for a customer in Baltimore too. You can see videos on my Facebook if you're friends with me. But this guy like grabbed my hand and was praying with me and shit, and it was real awkward. He was hammered drunk at like 11 in the morning.
Yeah, if you don't follow Doug on Facebook, you should, because you haven't. Back in the day, you would post like every day, especially when you were in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Half of the shit you would see every day, this man's just posting it online, and you know what? Quality entertainment.
Yeah, I've got crazy stories from just doing this trade in general. I mean, fucking guys answering a door naked to just, you fucking name it. John Rice and I, our friend John Rice and I, were walking up to a door and a guy was jerking off the ice road truckers. So, like, dude, I've seen a lot of shit in my day.
That's a kink right there.
It was
not everybody be doing that.
We walked up, I was like, this guy's like cranking it, dude. The ice road truckers, I don't know if we should knock on the door. So I did anyway. We were knocking, and then he comes to the door, he's all like weird and awkward. So anyway, that's a real thing. I think it was John Rice. Anyway, doesn't matter. So then, this reminds me of like the people that come up to you and are like, oh, can you talk about Jesus, right? When we were like 16 years old, I used to mountain bike and like BMX bike all over the place. There's a place called Marsh Creek near here, and we would ride our BMX bikes through the woods there. Do you know the dam at Marsh Creek?
I sure do.
Local reference. Marsh Creek. Anyway, we were at the dam, me and a couple buddies. It was like me, Dustin, and a couple buddies. And this guy comes walking up on the dam, and it's like a kid, like our age. And he goes, hey, guys, we're in the middle of the fucking woods. Hey, guys, do you have a second to talk about Jesus? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we're in the middle of the woods. Like, how did you find us? And it was so funny. His name was Anthony Fusco. I'll never forget it because it was actually a friend of ours from childhood who, like, we hadn't seen him in like 10 years, and he was like 16 or whatever. And yeah, he was like running around asking people if we want to talk about Jesus. And I was like, this is fucking whack, dude.
That's wild. I know exactly where that dam is. I've rode my mountain bike there.
It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Tons of time. I mean, it is on a trail.
Yeah.
But there's basically, if you're going to like park, there's two ways to that dam. And if you park at the boat launch, it's pretty fucking long walk. If you park at the other parking lot, which is the one I like to do, it's a pretty steep hill. So this man
Had Jesus carrying him.
he was climbing like Moses did, and going to get those fucking commandments.
So that concludes our religious segment today on Two Dads with Dead Dads. Tune in next time for more religious talk.
Yes, we will discuss. Actually, we could actually talk because I went to Catholic school, and
I don't think I knew that.
yeah, I went to Catholic school for. Well, we're not going to get into that. We'll save that for another time. But I was raised religious, and then kind of moved out of the city, and then I was basically taught to just pray to God, this and that, blah blah blah. But then I started believing in just like live a good life and treat others kindly, and just be a good person.
That's the way it should be. Yeah, just don't be a piece of shit. It's like so simple, man. Like the older you get, it's just like just be nice. You don't have to be. Don't be super judgy, because those people tend to be the most judgy fucking people out there, and that's what bothered me the most about it. I went to a bunch of youth groups and mission trips and stuff, and the majority of people were cool. I was not touched or anything like that. There was nothing, and I was pretty cute back then, so it's impressive. But there's nothing. Nothing would drive me crazier than it would drive me up a wall. That
is a Chaz Two Dads with Dead Dads staple. That not even just drive you up a wall, drive you up a goddamn wall.
Because drive me up a goddamn wall when these people would be like, and you need Jesus and blah blah blah, and then they'd be the ones like cheating on their husbands and shit. I'm like, you guys, whatever. This is whack.
Which actually is a good segue into my next segment here. This segment is called "I'm Gonna Be Real with You," where I'm just gonna spit a bunch of nonsense and turn it into a reel, because that's basically what everyone does on Instagram and TikTok.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's good.
So yeah, I got to start off like this, because right here is the start of the reel. Ready? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be real with you. Women are better at making sandwiches. It's because a man, he works all day. He's got the mindset to just control the house. He ain't got time to go in the kitchen. When a woman, she's a caregiver. She treats everyone well with respect. And the man come home and he want a sandwich, but it's in God's will that sandwich be made. And the woman, she got a hand, and the hand gonna put peanut butter on the sandwich. Well, a man, if I were to put a sandwich together, it'd be concrete. How was that? Do you think people were inspired?
If you put like that, like inspirational or like that, like motivational music, yeah, that shit, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go find some shit, because it's my
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know like exactly what you're talking about.
Or the piano stuff in the background.
Yeah.
Like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's like, and if I want a damn sandwich, my hands are so dirty from working all day anyway, I'd be getting bacteria inside the sandwich.
That's my favorite thing, like being in marketing and reels, and like people like just post all this shit, is like, especially like when people aren't like on podcasts just like spitting out nonsense and just being like really like I'm just gonna be super intense, and like knowing in their head that what they're saying is stupid, and just cutting it into a reel, and people going, yeah, fuck yeah. But what's even worse than that is like when there's like the motivational speaker background, and it's just someone just like coming up to the camera just like,
yeah.
And like drives me up a goddamn wall. Do you want to be real with me, or can you spit out a reel? It's for the algorithm. I mean, we got to start feeding the algorithm. I think along with the dead dad jokes, we should have a "I'm gonna be real with you" moment every episode. That would be, be good for the algo. It'd be good for Opus Pro, which is our sponsor for today's episode. Have you noticed how we had so many captions and poorly edited clips on YouTube and TikTok? We would like to thank Opus Pro for that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing up the most dog shit clips we could possibly find and fucking cutting them in the most random ass places where we can't figure out where the fuck you're even finding it, right? Yeah, Opus clips, you're terrible, but thanks. Thanks for the hard work.
All right, let's get a reel, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, okay.
So, do you want me? Usually some of these start with a question, and then you got to be like, no, man, no. Usually that's what's wrong.
So wake up and or you just woke up and you say, man, today's gonna be a bad day.
Really? Why would you say that?
No. I need you to say it. We're role playing here. I need to be fed this. Here we go.
So wait, what am I saying?
Oh man, today's gonna suck.
Oh, okay. All right.
You wake up and it's like one of those like, oh man, today's gonna suck.
What are we doing? A commercial now? All right. I'm not an actor. Man, I just woke up 12 hours ago. Today's gonna suck.
I'm gonna be real with you. When you wake up and you say, man, today's gonna fucking suck, guess what? Today is gonna fucking suck. You need to get your mind in the positive mindset. The moment that you wake up and you have your eyes open, they go like this, they flutter and they open up. Once they're nice and wide, you say, I'm gonna have a good day. If you get yourself in the mindset that you're gonna have a good day, you're gonna have a goddamn good day. Things will happen. You will get the green light on the way to work. You ain't gonna get that yellow, and if you do get the yellow, it's not gonna be that shitty yellow that turns red right away. It's gonna be the extended yellow, okay? The light will change for you. All you have to do is have that positive mindset and see yourself through that day. It's gonna be another day, and yeah, you might have bad days, but guess what? You slipped up and you said, damn, I'm probably gonna have a bad day. You said it, okay? You say, I'm gonna have a great day, and you were gonna be successful. Ask me how you can earn 2 times your money.
So if you want to sign up for our 1997 course to learn all the tactics of having a good day and being the best you, click the link below. We'll have a full course. It'll be totally free, but then you'll have to pay a bunch of money, and then we'll scam you and just keep moving on.
Can we have people like lifting weights and shit? Like, like, ching, ching, like doing all this hard work.
So yeah, this podcast was, and we even just said, oh, it's gonna, it's gonna be. I know.
I'm all like amped up now.
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna slow down a bit. And now I'm just like literally just adding work to this. Where I was like, what if I just did an episode where I didn't add all the special shit? I just like kind of put the audio and this together and just threw it on, but I can't let.
How do we market that? How do we market a motivational thing? Because we can make motivational videos like they make. And if you get, it's so easy. Of views,
basically, what you did is what I see every fucking day. It's just
and then people cut up, right? You cut that up or whatever, and then the part where I'm like this, so you're just like you zoom in on that, and you're like the eyes are wide open.
Yeah. Well, because being in marketing, you need a hook, something that'll grab the person right away. Mm-hmm. You got to say like a couple things right away to be like, technology is fading, and here's why. Like stupid like shit like that. Like that'll be like, oh, why? Your blood sugar's low, and here's 3 tips of what you can do.
Oh man, yeah, that's good. Today's beer, by the way. Thanks again for the sponsor, Stone Brewery. Once again, it is Stone Brewery.
Yes, this is Stone Brewery FML.
Fear, movie, lions. Is FML, is that supposed to be like a joke, like a fuck my life? And
yes.
But they're like a fear movie, lions. Yo, that's corny, Stone. Thank you for sponsoring us, though. I do appreciate it.
Well, like I said, they put like the you're gonna get ball hair on your ass when you drink our beer. So edgy, fear, movie,
lions. All right, so before we segue into Mad Dads, this is just automatically.
You just know Mad Dads is coming?
I have a feeling. Feeling Mad Dads is coming because we've been at this for a while now. We've been doing this podcast professionally for a week now since we've gotten paid. So funny that you said if we ever get a nickel from this or whatever.
I said $1, so we still need 95 cents for me to be like, holy shit. Although we still got paid we got paid for me to break down all the equipment and for you to go 26 times. Hey guys. So we're just doing. Hey guys.
Check out this show. Hey guys.
Yeah.
I really do just go into everybody's feed now, and I'm just like, if you think this is good, just please check our show out because this is not fucking good. We're trying to entertain. Okay, these people are not entertaining. But anyway, yeah, we're a professional podcast now. What?
It just sounds funny.
All right. We've been a podcast for a minute now. I think we're established at this point. I really think that it's time that we come up with a nickname for our fans.
No.
I knew it was going to make you mad.
No.
You got to have, I was thinking like J-Mates, because we were sponsored by Jerkmates.com.
No, I'm not entertaining this idea.
What about the I don't know, dude. I need help.
The daddies.
Chaz hates it. I do too. When bands and podcasts have little nicknames for your fucking viewers, it's so corny.
When was the last time we even talked about this?
We haven't talked about this.
You just knew? Like, did I spew out some shit about this at some point?
No, I was having the thought the other day. I was like, what would be funny to talk? I was like, we need nicknames for our fans. And then I was like, that's going to make Chaz so mad. Because that's what a lot of people do. And they'll get like 3 or 4 episodes in and they're like, oh, you guys sent in emails and commented, so we need a name for you. You're the fucking baddies or whatever.
The baddies. We'll call everyone the the baddie daddies.
Oh, my God.
No, it's, it's stupid. There's nothing else to say about it. It's fucking stupid. I'm like, I was a big Slipknot fan. And when I would go to the show and Corey Taylor would be like, all right, maggots, put your horns in the air, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not a fucking magnet.
Fucking maggot.
Yo, ICP juggalos. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, I am a juggalo, though, for real. Juggalo is an okay one. That one's, like, universally accepted if you're in that world.
Well, basically, I mean, any juggalo fans out there, I'm sorry, but every juggalo I've ever met, if I were to see you across the street in a city I've never been to, I would be like, that's a juggalo.
Yeah.
You just know you're a juggalo.
Yeah, you don't really know when you're looking at a, what was the other fans called? Oh, maggots.
Maggots?
You can't always tell a maggot.
Well,
or a little monster.
I think Korn said you're the children of the corn, which as a cornhead, I was like, that's acceptable. Or I guess I would just say I was a corn kid. I don't know.
Children of the Corn is okay. Because at least you're referencing something. It's not okay. I don't know. I know Lady Gaga is the Little Monsters, right?
Is it? Oh, that's terrible.
I'm pretty sure. Little monsters, you stay positive. Stay positive. Gotta stay positive.
Oh, you want to? Here's a whole like total fun story. It's another corn story. Very quick. When I had a PlayStation 3, you know what my name was? Corn Faggot.
Oh, spelled like the song?
Faget.
Okay.
But then when I got a PS4, I got banned because they're like, oh, this is an inappropriate name. So it took a whole generation of gaming for them to find my name and go, or I guess someone reported it and went,
yeah. I used to be poopsex.com. That was my name on, like, I don't know if you know what SOCOM is, but
oh, fuck yeah, dude.
SOCOM days we had, we were the freaks, the Freak Clan or whatever, freaks, I think it was clans, right? So you Freak Clan. So I was Poop Freak, but my name, my gamer tag was poopsex.com. And like every time you were in a lobby, people would be like, is that a real site? And it actually was not at the time. It probably is now, but it was not. And yeah, I thought that I was pretty creative.
I was good with AIM names. My friend was a hacker too, so we would like look up names that were taken. He would just steal the name.
I'm obsessed with hacking. I wish I knew how to hack. Hack and heists. I like want to do heists, and I would love to do hacking. Like I just think I could be. I don't think I could be good at hacking. I think I could. All right, really
let's go into a role play segment called. I don't know what we call
role play. Heist?
Yeah. No, yeah. Like, so if you were on a heist, what would you be? And like, okay, if a heist was a bank, would you be the driver? Would you be the point man or like the backup to kind of like watch the people? Or would you be the one in to go grab the money? Where would you do best?
Where would I do best? I think planning it out. I would have so much fun planning it out.
So you'd be the guy with the pencil in his ear, with the collared shirt, chewing gum.
If I could be away from the scene of the crime when it's happening, that would be amazing. But
well, let's say it's a 4-man operation, and you can join in too. You can comment below of where you would be. So Doug and I are gonna rob a bank allegedly in this role playing exercise.
Yeah,
we're not I'll put it down there. We're not robbing a bank. Where would we be best? And it's a 4-man operation. What would you do in the operation?
Not drive. Although I don't know, man. I would love to be the plan
Well, you planned it, but you're going to be on the scene. So all right,
okay.
You're the mastermind of the plan. Like, come on. All right, smarty pants, your fucking ego. I'm the brains behind the operation. You're the one that's going to get us stuck because you're going to be like, no, you're going off the plan. We were supposed to go this way. And I'm going to be the guy going, get your fucking shit together. The cops are coming.
Well, dude, so, like, I love, like, Point Break, where they're coming in as the dead presidents and shit. Like, I love that stuff. And The Town is another one. That's a good one. I watch shows there's a show called like Super Heists or something like that on Hulu. It's something like that. But there was these guys that blew up a roof of a bank. This was genius. They rented a hotel across the street from the bank. They could see the bank with like hotels and stuff. And then they blew up the roof. But they blew up the roof on like a Friday and then watched it. And nobody came. Like, no cops, no nothing came a Friday night. So then Saturday, they knew they had all the time in the world, so they went back down in through the roof and got all the shit and came out and everything. Like, dude, that's genius shit. So, like, I would love to do something like that. And that not like, walk into a bank and be like, give me all your money. Unless we were the Dead Presidents Part 2 or something. That'd be kind of cool. If that was the case, what president would you pick?
Here's 3 easy ways to get a president mask for a heist.
I'd be a Barack Obama to throw everybody off.
If I were to, I've never thought about robbing or being a part of a heist, but now that your motivational speech got me all fucking pumped, so now I'm like amped up on like, what would I be a part? I'm like, you know what? I'd be a good backup. The guy that kicks the door in. I wouldn't just casually walk in. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'll casually walk in. And then I'll raise my AK-47 and I'll shoot it in the air and go, hey, freeze! Nobody move! And then start grabbing people. It's like, get the fuck on the... I'll be the guy. I'll be that psycho guy.
Assaulting people?
Oh, dude, yeah. 100%.
Well, yeah, fuck it. You're going to jail, so you might as well like
live it up. You ever see that movie with Ryan Gosling, the Pine
behind the Tall Tree Pines or something?
Yeah, whatever.
With that,
that's one of my favorite robberies ever because I think I would do that too. Like, I think I would do that shit, and like, because I'd be so hyped up on it, dude.
Hell or High Water is another one. I think that's a. Did you see that movie?
No.
Holy shit, you have to watch that movie. I think it's called Hell or High Water, and it's like a Western-ish movie, but they're robbing banks and shit. There's
great. Only one heist movie for my heart, and it's Heat.
Oh, it's a great movie. Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie, I'll tell you what.
But dude,
it's got De Niro, Pacino, and Gilmer. It's a classic.
I'll never do it because now I got a family and stuff. But dude, I've always wanted to do a heist, and because of like the shit with Regal, where I like had the plan and then it worked, and I never got caught. Still to this day, allegedly, dude, it's crazy. Like I'm like, dude, I can definitely go with it. Part of it is people talk too much. That's why they get caught. You talk too much, and then you got to be smart. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell anybody you did that shit. And
don't buy shit right away. You just like wait 6 months and then go nuts.
But if you have a team, if you've got a team, you got to kill them all and then just walk away. I'll kill your ass.
You ain't killing me. I keep my mouth shut.
I would unalive him. You're not allowed to say kill anymore. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep on the heist thing if it's not entertaining, but dude, I'm like so fascinated by it.
Dude, my blood is pumping right now. I'm like ready to go do something.
There's been stories. There was another story where a guy put a.
Well, I don't want to talk about stories. I want to talk about like hypothetical things if like ideas. We would do shit.
Yeah, I'm giving you ideas. Like I got one dude came up with an idea. He was robbing a bank, and he's like, flash mob, and he put a ad for a flash mob out there. He's like, everybody show up in construction gear at this address, and it was like the corner where a bank and shit is. So everybody had these construction vests and shit like that, and they're like, flash mob, and we're gonna dance to this song or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's what it was, but everybody show up in this gear and this and that. And then he went in and robbed the bank and walked out in that same gear, and everybody was the same thing. And then he walked away and had a raft already in a river and fucking floated. Dude, it's like genius shit. So that kind of stuff, I'm like, if you just sat and thought about it for a minute, like, you could get away. As long as you don't stick around the area and just fucking bounce, like, you're good. So, let's do it, dude.
We'll figure a clever thing. If you got a heist idea, leave it down below, and we'll
execute it. Yeah. We will execute your plan.
So, yeah, our algo will be, we'll get on the, that one that you were talking about, the TikToks with the song, the rock, Starman. We'll be on there in a matter of months.
I'm just going.
I just wanted to try it.
Let go of me. I get fucking choked out. Seizure. That reminds me too. The scam dads thing. I had a part 2 to that. If you wanna talk real quick.
Yeah, sure. I was trying to think if I ever did, because I was like such a like goody two shoes growing up, which is funny. Like when my dad dying, I thought I'd be like a badass, like fuck the world, this and that. But my mom was a badass. She scared the shit out of me, so like I didn't want to get in trouble. But
hell yeah, Debbie.
You ever hear like a South Philly Italian woman scream? It's fucking terrifying. And then give you a wooden spoon on the hand, give you soaps, give you spankings and shits.
Oh, you got soaps in the mouth?
Dude, I actually asked her, because I lived in the city, I said, Mom, what does the N-word mean? Because someone said it on the bus, but I said it. And she literally, without hesitation, went, slapped me across the face. I'm like, what? I literally didn't know. I was like, 7, 8, 9 years old? And then she gave me soap in the mouth. And I'm like, my friend told me it. Like, it's not my fault.
Yeah, that kind of blows.
Yeah.
Just repeating something, that sucks. But
also, I listen to a lot of Bone Thugs and Coolio, so it kind of inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up to Charlie. Easy, or whatever. The fuck? Easy, Uncle Charlie.
All right, let's hear Scam Dance Part 2.
Yeah, I got caught. It was another straight cash operation. It was straight cash, but I did it a lot growing up. So my dad had a lot of cash that he would carry. He had his own roofing business, but he had a lot of cash for whatever reason, and so he would take a shower every morning at like, I don't know, 5:30, 6 in the morning, and so I'd hear him. I lived in a tiny house, and as soon as he went to the shower, I was like, okay. And walking up the hallway, it creaked real loud. So, like, my mom worked early mornings at that time, too. She'd already be gone. So, he always kept it was always, like, jean shorts or something, or jeans, right next to the bed, and that all had his money from the day before. So, I used to walk along the sides of the hallway where it wouldn't creak, and then get into his room, get a couple dollars of cash, and then go back to my room and go back to bed, really, as the little thief that I was. Just sleep peacefully. And he never knew, because he always had this like a bunch of cash. So if I took like $20 to $30 here and there, like, it wasn't a big deal. And one day, the bathroom door shuts, shower turns on, and I'm like, whew, my little thief brain was like, huh, let's go, dude. It wasn't every day, but I did it like probably once a week or something like that. So shower went on, and I'm like, did my little operation, walked in, reached into his pants, and like got the thing. I'm like looking, and he's right there, still in the bed, and he goes, "Oh, so that's how you do it." And I was like this, holy shit, dude, no. So yeah, I got caught by my dad reaching into his pants, taking cash, and it was like, fuck me. He didn't hit me or anything, shockingly, but it was kind of like, wow, I can't believe I have a shithead kid. So,
yeah, that's
I think he said something like, if you just asked me, I would give you money. I'm like, I take like $40, Dad. Like, you're not going to give me $40 if I ask for $40.
You scam dad, your dad.
I think that was the only thing I had written down as far as scams. I forget.
We're going to have a pause break here so I can go get another beer. Unless, actually, JD.
Yeah, JD.
Oh, looks like we lost our producer
rest in peace,
beer boy.
JD, forever fired.
Yeah.
I have one other story from 6th grade. And I was a little scammer. This one was not cash. It was not a cash operation. This was a spur of the moment. Had no idea I was even scamming that day. I didn't wake up and was like, see through the green light, just go. Like, I was just regular school day. And there was an African exchange student named Karja. Don't know where he is. He didn't have a belly button. I remember that for some reason. He used to like show people he didn't have a belly button. For whatever fucking
That's
reason.
awesome. And that's something that you would just remember.
It is. Because he had like a scar, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
We had an exchange student. His name was Dabin Lin, and he had a calculator or like a little mini computer that you could type words. So he spoke horrible English and would just walk around and just the computer would talk. So he would just go, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. 7th grade, and I'm like, dude, I will never forget. And you said exchange student. That was the first thing that came to my mind. But
awesome.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so Karja had Carjo, I think it was Karja Mason, but he had a bunch of comic book cards, and he just had them at school, and he dropped them, and then they landed in a pile, or whatever, and we were like helping pick up, and one must have caught my little eye, so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna take that. It was a Hawkeye's card. It was like, dude, it was very alluring. It was all like bright and colorful and like hologrammy. So I was like, dude, that's for me right there. I helped him pick up a pile, for crying out loud. Like I could get a prize for it. So
you deserve it. You deserve all your hard work for helping. In my house, we call it tax. You tax yourself.
Yeah, so I had to tax the man. So I was like, all right, welcome to America. I'm gonna take one of your cards. Okay, so I stuck it in my pocket, and he's like. He was big too, by the way. Like, I was a small kid, but he was like a big kid. He was the biggest kid in our class. So I was like, fuck. And he's like, you stole my card. And I'm like, I didn't steal his card. And they're like, he stole it. Brought the teacher over, and teacher was like, did you steal his card? I was like, I didn't steal his card. And they didn't make me empty my pockets because I had it in my pocket. And so I just start crying, and I'm like, why would I steal his card? Like, I don't. And then I went home. I was like, I fucking got the card.
Damn, dude, you were a little shithead growing up.
Well, that's because girls didn't like me. So that's what people get, dude. That's like. I mean, I wasn't like, lighting up a school or anything, but I was not given attention, so I needed attention some way, I think.
By stealing.
I'm just making up excuses for me being a kleptomaniac. I have no idea.
Well, again, going back, I used to push special kids down hills because I could. So, we were both little fucking shits growing up.
Yeah. I haven't stolen anything in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I did. And then the only other thing other than like CDs, straight cash, handicap woman purse, other people's purse, a card, money from my dad, and then like I would steal gum from Turkey Hill every day. But I was also like so I would like buy 4-pack or buy 2 packs but get 4 or something like that. And so I would just like go and pocket 2 and pay for 2, whatever. But then I would also give it out every day. People in my high school remember that. Like, oh yeah, Doug gave me out gum every day. I'm like, yeah, dude, because everybody always asked me for gum, and I got sick of it. So I was like, how much money can I actually steal from my dad? Like, I can't keep paying for your gum. So I would just steal it and give it away. So it was kind of like Robin Hood, I thought of myself.
Jesus. The Trident Robin Hood.
It was mostly wintergreen. What was it? Yeah, it was whatever. Doesn't matter. But, yeah, that's the end of my scammy shit, I'm pretty sure.
What would you do if Wes was doing this shit at your age with your dad? So you can't really steal cash nowadays because everyone has credit cards and shit, but you carry cash now and then. So, yeah, if you caught Wes doing that, would you be as like chill as your dad was, or would you?
I don't know what I would do, but I wouldn't be happy. That's for sure. Because it just makes you feel like you're a shithead. But I wasn't like that was the only thing I did that was like super bad. Other than like break into places and drive construction vehicles around, but I wasn't like crazy bad.
Yeah, I was a good kid. I was an asshole. I was just hard to raise, but I didn't really do anything. The most I've ever done was I jumped on a play structure and the cops yelled at me, and then went to my mom's house or our house in Gilbertsville and just like told them. He's like, where do you live? I'm like, 536 Beltway. And then my stepdad's like, what are you doing jumping on shit? But like I never like did anything horrible where I mean besides the scam I did.
No jail time or anything like that.
No. I'm
never been in a cop car.
I'm too much of a pussy, dude. Fuck that shit. Yeah. I used to steal cash. I used to take my parents' DVDs and trade them into like video game stores to get video games. They'd go, where's
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. Come on, I got like 3 cents for it, man. It went towards the new whatever game I was getting at the time. And then they found out, and then yeah, actually I had 2 N64s. My brother still makes fun of me to this day because we had an N64 when it was hot. I got tired of it. I traded it all in behind his back. I was like, yeah, Nick's fine with it. And then a couple years later, we won another one. Then my aunt bought it for us, and I traded that one too because I would just trade everything in just to get the new thing. Because that was just me.
Yep, I understand that.
Yeah. So that could be a good segue into like us talking about our children and their problems. It's not a good segue, but we're gonna do it.
I'm kidding. No, it's fine. Yeah.
So actually, it is like when I was driving here.
Previously,
it made me think, which is actually pretty cool. It's terrible that our kids have things with them. I mean, they're still the best kids in the world. Just they were unfortunately born with stuff.
Defects.
Yeah. And the fact that both of us had kids at the same age, both of our dads died at the same age, both of our kids have defects.
We both like corn.
We both are scam artists. We have a lot of things in common, and like that was like kind of like the cherry on top. Like wow, that's kind of crazy that both of us had to deal with, or are gonna have to deal with the rest of our lives and rest of their lives.
It is weird.
What they were born with, and just kind of helping them get through life. I mean, Charlie is still a little baby, so like she doesn't know what's going on, but there is going to be a time in life where she'll have an opinion, and like that's going to be like a really, not a tough thing for us, but it's going to be just a very like big stage for us of like what we're going to do at that point and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you have a long time to prepare for it, which is good, but yeah, you never know like what she's gonna say.
Yeah,
and when, like you said, like at some point they're gonna realize. I'm kind of dealing with that too. Like the question hasn't been asked, like, well, why do I have this? You know what I mean? So like when that comes, it's kind of like, sorry, here's why.
Because I stole from handicap. That's gonna be the reason.
Like, do you want to know the real reason, buddy? I'm sorry about it.
So yeah, Wes was born. He's not 100% deaf, right? Or is he? Is he technically?
No. He has bilateral neural hearing loss. I think that's the right term. Bilateral. So both of his ears. He's basically born half deaf. He was like it's severe in his left ear, and his right ear is moderate. So he's got hearing loss in his right ear, but it's severe in his left, to the point where the doctors basically be like, it would be like if you cupped your hand over your ear, and that's like what he hears. So he has got hearing aids, and with that comes challenges like he's 6 now, and people, he's getting a lot better over the last like year or so, but his speech is behind because of that. I mean, he didn't have a hearing aid till I think he was a year and a half or something like that. Which he failed hearing tests initially at the hospital, but they said that's normal because of all the women's goop and whatever in their ear. Whatever that's called.
Yeah, the goop.
The fucking women's goop. I don't know, the stuff. They coming out of a person, you know what I mean? So once they suck it all out, a lot of time they will do another hearing test, and then he failed that again. But we went through tons and tons of tests, genetics, and found out literally everything about it. And found out that it's not reversible. It's not progressive, which is good. Every test he's gotten so far, it's staying the same. That's a big fear. Like when you get that diagnosis, you're like, oh man, is he going to be completely deaf at some point? And then are we going to have to communicate via sign language? That was scary. That's still something that we think about, and it's like, it could happen. Like you never know. But so far it has not been progressive, which I'm very thankful for.
So basically, when he was first born, it's kind of when, did you guys like know right away, or is it like a little bit like you had to just keep going back to get tests and stuff? You said he failed and stuff, so was it just like constant tests like the first year? Like when was the news broken about his condition?
Yeah, I want to say it was like a year in. So like when he was first born, we went home, and then you do a 2-day checkup or something like that. So you go back in the hospital or whatever. 3 days, 4 days, whatever it was. It was a few days later, and then they were like, he didn't have a heart murmur before, so this is additional too. He was born with a VSD, which is a hole in his heart. So he was born with a VSD, ventricular, whatever the fuck. Yep, I'm sure we can figure it out. Anyway, VSD, it's basically you have 4 chambers in your heart. He had a hole in one that was squirting blood over to the chamber that's not supposed to have blood in it. And so they were like, your kid has a heart murmur, and we didn't detect it when he was born, so you guys have to go to a heart emergency, like, heart specialist in Washington, D.C., like, tomorrow. And we were like, cool, we're not going to sleep tonight. You know, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? We're brand new parents. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm, like, thinking this kid's going to die, and we're like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And then it was way after that we did more hearing tests and stuff, and he kept failing them. And then it got to the point where they were like, look, he's going to need hearing aids. So he got them. I think he was a year and a half old when he got them. So the first year and a half, it's like hearing the things that everybody else has heard from day one, sounds, hums, different enunciation, things like that. Like, he wasn't hearing it. Mainly high frequency things, S words. H is a tough one for him. F, a lot of like the higher sounds he can't hear. So like, I remember when we used to be like, the cat says meow, when he was first like learning how to talk and stuff. I'd be like, what does the cat say? And he would just be like, and it's like he didn't hear the meow. Like,
he just saw the lips move.
He just saw the lips move. So
that,
he would, yeah, it was pretty crazy. So, but yeah, with that again, just challenges with speech and obviously the hearing. He doesn't wear his hearing aids all the time, so he can still hear. And people will be like, he can still hear. I'm like, he can, but it's definitely not like good. You know what I mean? Like, we're guilty of that. Like, when he gets home from school, he's tired of shit. He wants to take him out. It's called listening fatigue. Like, that thing's altering sounds X amount of times per second. And anyway, filters in and out. Like, if we're both talking and he's in a room, wherever he's like focusing on, somehow it knows to like focus on what we're saying. But because it's doing that, it's a lot of like listening on his end. And yeah, they say it's like listening fatigue. He'll get tired by the end of the day. So he takes him out, and then he's just chilling.
How was that, like, you guys being new parents, like going through all that, like especially like the heart thing, like yeah, we've been there. We've been like the whole checkup thing, and we're just like, we're so like half asleep during all of it. You know, being new parents, like, I don't fucking know what's going on. But like, how was it all that for you guys?
Yeah, Tish and I were both terrified with the heart murmur thing, because that was like, we were just like, ugh. We didn't even know about like the real hearing issue at that point. It was more like, dude, he's got a heart issue. This is not good. So we got to go down. And they kind of said what it was, and they said it could heal up, which his has. So the scar tissue is now formed up, and he doesn't have the murmur anymore. So that's good. So VSDs a lot of time will close themselves. So his closed. So he doesn't have any heart issues. He can do sports, and all that's good. So we're thankful with that. But yeah, it was really nerve wracking. That was like, I remember, I try to play it cool, right? Like, being tough guy and
as
shit.
You have to, yeah, you gotta.
But yeah, I remember that drive. I'm just like, fuck, this fucking sucks, man. Like, what news are we gonna be getting with this? And just like, and you feel horrible for the kid, because you're just like, you feel so helpless. I'm sure you felt that, where it's just like, what can you do but sit there and just get the news? You're just like, yeah, okay, here we go. I'll get back to that with you, but when they gave us the actual diagnosis of his hearing loss and stuff, and like percentages and all that, the doctor was actually like, you guys are taking this really well. And I was like, look, I told the guy, I'm like, hey man, it could be something that you put in your arm in 20 years where you click a button and then he can hear. You know, it's like the developments and stuff. And not only that, I know people that have worse off kids as far as their conditions and things like that it's never going to be the worst thing ever. And we're comfortable enough that I feel like we can adapt and take care of them to the best of our ability, right? Like, so
absolutely.
I was never worried about him like flourishing.
Do you think too? I was curious about this. I know. Would you technically classify Wesley as like a COVID baby? Like, grew up during COVID? Like,
yeah.
Very not sheltered, but like, you know, you had to stay inside kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. Because and it was bad too, because it was like he was 2018, so he was 2. So it was like right when you're like developing your language and shit, and then it's like, oh, by the way, now stay with your family for 2 years. Whatever it was.
Do you think part of because he is a shy kid, do you think it's because of the COVID, or you think it's because of the hearing stuff too?
So my wife is very shy as well. She was very shy as a kid, from what I'm told. I think I might have been. You've told me you were shy before too, which is
I still am shy. And it blows people's mind, but I like to classify myself as an introverted extrovert.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. But no, you're really good at like going up to people and just like saying shit. You know, I can't. I'm like, I won't just like walk up to someone and be like, hey, nice glass, or yeah, oh, that's a good drink. Like, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about myself, so continue.
I think that's interesting enough, though, for people to learn, right? Like, because I'm the same way. So I'm an extroverted introvert as well. Whereas if you get me out of the house, I'm great. I can do whatever, talk to anybody, do anything, kind of party-ish guy, whatever. But I would much rather stay in my house than watch TV. Isn't that how you are?
Yeah, no, I'm more introverted when it comes to socializing. I love going, move. I'm always on the move.
Okay.
But like talking to people, even in my gym, there like if I go to like a class or something, there's like all these people, like everyone's talking to everyone. I'll just stand there and do my workout, which I'm totally fine with. Like, because I'm there to work out. I'm not here to be like, oh yeah, this and that. But like the people are nice. But if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you unless I have to. But, like, there's a sidebar story. Back in the city, I would make my brother go, like, my mom would be like, go down the street and ask this person. I'd be like, hey Nick, go do that. Because like I was too shy. I didn't want to like for some reason I just feel like someone is just gonna yell at me, and I don't want that.
So actually, the shy thing. This is a theory I have. I don't know if I'm right on this or not, but I know for a fact that the kids are very aware. The doctor actually told us as much. So kids are very aware of like how people are perceiving them. Wes, when he would talk forever, people would be like, "What? What'd you say? What?" And myself included, I'm like, "What?" And so like after a while, he's just like, "Fuck it, dude. Like I'm not even gonna bother." Like people, or he's like embarrassed that people can't understand him almost. So I think that's part of his reservation, but he's a very shy kid. And you get him alone in here and he's a psycho with me, but yeah, he's very, very shy kid. But Tisha told me, she's like, I didn't come out of my shell till way later. I had anxiety. So I think he has some of that. It's not diagnosed, but I mean, you can tell he's a little anxious, right? So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I don't know if part of that is because of his disability or not. Actually, it's so weird. I don't even know if I consider him disabled. Like, I guess it technically is a disability, right? But I don't think of it as that. But one weird thing that we have to deal with, I'm sure she deals with. I don't think we ever talked about it, but or we have. Never mind. I'm lying. But people definitely like stare, and you'll get people saying stuff about it. I'll hear people saying shit about it. Look at his hearing aid. Look at his hearing aids and stuff. And it's shit like that. It's
like grown adults?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
If like a kid can't... So kids have come up to him and be like, why does he have those? I'm like, he doesn't hear that good, so it helps him hear. And we call them his super ears for him. So and he knows. I'm like, hey, you have to wear these because it helps you hear better. You can't hear that good without them. And he knows now. But not to like the full extent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he does understand, like, not everybody has these. Like, he's the only one in his class, whatever. But it's pretty rare, I would think. But that's one thing I notice a lot is, like, you're walking by and they're just like looking at his hearing. I'm like, the fucking kid, it's a normal kid. Like, trust me, I don't know. So that kind of irritates me and gets me into more mad dad shit. But I guess I kind of get it because, like, yeah, if somebody rolls by in a wheelchair and they've got T-Rex hands and shit like that, like, I'm looking. I don't mean me to. It's just, it's not the normal thing that you see every day, so you think you're gonna look at it. Much like somebody with tattoos all over their face. Like, yeah, you're gonna look
them.
at it.
They are not objects. You said
look.
You said look at it.
Did I say
you
it?
said someone in a wheelchair with T-Rex hands. Yeah, you're gonna look at it.
I don't know how they identify, so I'm not trying to get canceled on here. So I'm just playing it safe with it. It's a thing.
Yeah. So other, like, with him having that condition, like, he's doing, I mean, I think from my perspective, he looks like he's doing great.
He's a very smart kid, very bright kid. All the doctors and all of this and that have said as much. They're like, he's like above where he should be in a lot of things. But then like reading and stuff, he's kind of like not. Right, and speech, he's not. But as far as like word recognition and things like that, like pointing to things on a page and this and that, and he's been doing that forever. It's very coordinated, very athletically gifted so far, thank God. I don't want to have an unathletic kid. The amount of like doctor's visits and shit, like I'm going to one on Monday, and then we have another appointment Monday at 4. So Monday at 1, Monday at 4. There's a lot of specialists. There's a lot of speech people. There's a lot of ENT follow-ups. He got to get new molds for his hearing aids coming up this week. So there's a lot of things that go into it. So I will just say that I never even thought of like people that had special needs kids before, like the amount of stuff they have to go through. So I just want to say I appreciate what people have to go through, and I don't think a lot of people know what all goes into it. And I'm taking them Monday. My wife does 95% of this. So, like, I'm working half the time. She does too, but, like, she does the majority of this. So if you're watching, you do the most of the work. I'm not taking credit for it. But I've been to a ton of these follow-ups too. There's a lot of with the hearing shit. They got to constantly check his hearing to see if it's getting worse. So they're doing tests. There's sedation. There's putting him under and sending in signals to see what his brain sends back, and they can measure how it's wild.
That's crazy.
But it's pretty cool that we grew up in this, or that he's growing up in this day and age. I don't know if you've seen his hearing aids are big still because he's little.
Yeah.
But when you get older now, dude, like they're tiny. I see them because I'm very cognizant on people are wearing them now. Just something I notice, and I'll talk to customers about it and stuff. I'm like, oh, I see you have those hearing aids. That's cool. My son has this. And do you mind if I ask you a little bit about it? I'll like be inquisitive about it. But they are so tiny now that I'm like, dude, by the time he's like older, like who the fuck knows? It might just be like this little thing you don't even see, you know?
Yeah.
Because you worry about, like, for me, I worry about like the people that are gonna bully him, or people that are like, is he gonna get girls because he's got hearing aids and shit? You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that I think about, and I'm not too concerned about the bullying thing because I'm gonna equip him with some shit talking abilities. I think he's gonna be fine there. But
Our kids are ruthless. I was. As a kid, you know, I would not bully, but I would make fun because I was a stupid kid.
No, we all did. Yeah.
But now that I have a kid with some kind of disability, it's rough. You know, it's so yeah. That's one thing I'm kind of worried about, but also I want to equip her with, you know, use that as like fueled as like a comeback. Because like before, I was like someone who didn't let anything bother. Like I let things bother me, but like it's not stupid shit. Like if someone's gonna call me fat or something, like I'll just like twist it around and like come back with something real quick.
You're fat.
Yeah, getting older. I was very in like high school. I was very very emotional. You know, like I said, my dad's death didn't hit me till high school, so like all the feelings came, and like my friend, when I was like doing like the fake cutting and like, oh, don't look at it, like I was like doing everything for attention. Him and my other friend buried me in harassment, and then I thanked them like years later. I'm like, you guys helped me like get over that. Now I don't have to like let that shit bother me. So I kind of want to teach that to Charlie, where like no matter what people say, like don't listen to them, but if they're gonna keep doing it, then like, you know, here's do this kind of shit, like get back at them, because like they won't expect it. They're gonna expect you to like cover up and just like become a shell, and so they could just keep, you know, firing at you and everything.
100%. So do you want to talk about Charlie's condition?
No, I think we'll end the episode there. Yeah, so Charlie in 5 days will be 17 months. We didn't find out about her condition until a little bit, like a month and a half, 2 months. So Charlie was born without an anus, and as crazy as that sounds, it's a real problem. 1 in 5,000 kids have this problem, which actually kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, that sounds like so crazy.
Yeah, like you would feel like you would know somebody. Like we told so many people, and they're just like, well, not so many. We told until we made like a public thing, but like
I knew one kid with it.
Did you?
Yeah, growing up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, his name was Zach, and he bullied me.
So yeah, I'm gonna teach that to Charlie.
He used to throw me in the bushes. But every time he farted, it would be like. Swear to God, dude. I swear to God. Ask Dustin about it. Whatever.
So the condition is called anorectal malformation or something like that. So basically, she was having poop come out, but it was like this fake little hole like right below her vagina. So like the doctor drew it out and showed like her colon and everything. It was basically like like a normal colon would like have the thing and then come down. Hers was like pinched and like to the side, like kind of where her pee hole is. And when we found this out, she was born with a bunch of hemangiomas, like a bunch of like birthmarks kind of all over her body. And she has one like right down there. So Haley was just like changing her diaper and just
That's what they were called. What's it called?
Hemangiomas.
Did not know that. Is that like the brown?
Like red, like we call it a little strawberry on the side, but she has like little red dots all over her body, and then one's like between her legs. And she was like, oh, she just wanted to look because like that was one thing. Like we want to make sure you don't want that to burst open when like feces and stuff gets on it because then it becomes a really bad rash. So she's like, I just want to look at it, blah blah blah, and make sure nothing's happening. Then she like the sun was shining, and she's like, when she told me, she's like, Charlie does not have a butt. And I was like, you are fucking sleep deprived. What are you saying? She's like, no, she doesn't have a butthole. And I looked, I'm like, how is she pooping? Like, I was like, I literally thought she was crazy because
that is nuts. Dude.
Yeah,
like,
Haley.
Such an unexpected. Like they didn't see it at the thing either.
Nobody. So that's the thing too. Like,
it's crazy.
All the doctors, we've seen so many doctors, like the pediatrician and like the doctors at the hospital. Nobody caught it. They were examining everything. They did not catch this at all. She called the pediatrician and they're just like, okay, come in. And then while we were driving there, she was like, if I would have said, like, if I didn't call the pediatrician, would you have brought her in? I said, no, I think because I see brown in the diaper. It's not a lot, but like, again, I'm a new parent. I don't know how much a lot is. I'm like, I'm a guy. I'm like, yeah, it's working. That's me. Like, and she like, and to this day, I tell her, like, if you have a gut feeling, Haley, I will follow it because you're the reason why, and like basically saved her because like, yeah, she was building up a lot inside, and we didn't know. So, to make
was
this
it all like distended? I think that's the word.
It will not. So they were saying like if there's a problem, her stomach would be very hard.
Distended.
She'll be like very cranky, this and that. No, Charlie has always been super chill kid, like in the womb and everything, just like whatever, just go with the flow kind of thing. And then when we went to the specialist down at CHOP in Philly, we had to go there a couple times, and then the second time, I think we went down, and then we went down another time, and then we had to get an enema done and like an X-ray, and there it was backed up. There was so they basically said, and this was 4th of July weekend last year.
Wait, they did? How'd they do an enema?
So they
without a hole.
They put it in that little fake hole, and then like they shot some kind of stuff up there to kind of see. Like an X-ray of everything, like see what's going on inside. And they basically told us she needs to be operated on tomorrow. And we're like, what? And it was like 2:00 in the afternoon. So we we got a place, like the room in the hospital. I ran back here, and it was like such a blur. I didn't black out, but it was just like a dad thing. I was go. I have to get this guy, get us food, got to make sure everyone's okay, this and that. So basically, they had to do an emergency colostomy on her. And so they had to get all that out, and then she had a bag for first couple months of her life. And again, we're new parents. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm barely like awake at this point, and now I have to learn how to change a colostomy bag with my daughter who's not even 2 months old, and it's fucking blowing my mind. Right, yeah. Or no, she was 2.5 months, right? April, May. Yeah, okay, she was not even 3 months. Like, and so basically, we were there for 5 days in the hospital and on this little couch. Again, not knowing what the fuck's going on and like trying to figure out like how to do this. No one's answering questions. Like the nurses there are so stupid that we had so many problems with the CHOP nurses. I'm not even going to get into that, but
the CHOP doctors are very good.
The CHOP doctors are great. We love her surgeon so much. He basically saved her life. But yeah, the first day we went home with the colostomy and everything, it was like World War III. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were both like yelling at each other, like, which is,
you got to worry about infections and everything too,
dude,
right?
Like everything. And like, I think the night after we got home, it was like one night there, I held her. Haley was like 100 miles an hour, like just like so he's very anxious about everything, and I broke down. I cried, dude, like because I was in such a just go and make sure that's just how I am. I just like try to make sure everything and everyone's okay. That's just my nature, and I just lost it. Dude.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm not afraid to admit I'm a very emotional person.
I mean, that's a crazy thing to have happen, dude. Like, that's a lot of shit thrown at you at one time. It really
literally.
Did not even mean to do that.
But yeah, like
Dude, that's how funny I am. That's crazy.
yeah, we didn't know, like, because, like, yeah, you were saying, like, how many checkups you got to do. We were there once a week, basically, for months. Or it was, like, once every other week. Then it was, like, once a week. Like, I've been to CHOP more times than I've been to, like, places that I go averagely. Like
Right.
you don't go to the doctor a million times in a year. Like, for her, like, and especially, too, because we live an hour and 10 minutes from there with no traffic. And if you're from Pennsylvania, you know that the Schuylkill Expressway is the worst friggin' road in the world. So no matter what time of the day, I've been on there at midnight, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do construction." Traffic. There's just always traffic. So, like, my brain, it just explodes.
It's terrible.
It's the worst.
It drives us
Up a goddamn wall. That's right. So basically, we didn't know there's going to be 3 surgeries. So the colostomy, then the second surgery was going to be the surgery to actually make her anus, and then the third surgery is the removal. And so she actually uses her whole system. So we didn't know what we were going to do. Haley had the idea to start a GoFundMe, which I was very against because I don't like asking people for money. I just feel bad to just like ask, like, it's our problem kind of thing. But she pushed it, and I'm like, all right, whatever. We'll get like maybe 10 people. I know my family will donate. That's fine. And I swear to God, we were so blown away about how, like, strangers, people I went to high school with, just absolutely donating to my daughter. And, like, seriously, thank you, guys. I'm getting teary-eyed, but thank you. We did not expect that, and we surpassed the goal. And even when we surpassed the goal, people were still donating. Unbelievable. Like, I had a friend hold like a fundraiser thing, or I had a friend of a friend hold a fundraiser thing at this like nerd shop in Phoenixville, which is awesome.
I remember.
Yeah, I was like, that's so cool. And then we had a friend who like made a raffle thing with like a pottery who raised a ton of money for us. Like, stuff.
We went to a show that night.
Yeah, that's right.
All else failed.
Yeah, and I was like,
shout out, all else failed.
Fuck yeah, that's a great show. But yeah, like the support that we got for our kid, and like basically to help pay for all these expenses, like all the hospital trips we have to do, and all the supplies.
That missed work time is probably the hardest shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're dealing with that shit, it's not like they're like, oh, the government's like, oh, not like, oh, you're missing work for this?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. I mean, we get taken care of too for like says hearing aid shit. Like, hearing aids are expensive, dude. It's like $3,000 for a pair or something like that. It's a lot. So it might be $3,000 per ear even. Like, it's fucking nuts. But
Jesus Christ,
it's whatever it is. It's a lot. But so they take care of a little bit of that. But I'm like, yeah, you don't take account for like. We had to take off my wife takes off work all the time for that shit, and it's like,
yeah.
You don't get that
it's
back.
good. It's a blessing that I have a job, a career that I can make my own hours, and I work with somebody on retainer, but I can work. I work in the AM and the PM, and I just make my day. But hey, yeah, she has to take off work. All of her vacation, all of her sick time was for this. So like her family's in Canada, and it's just like we can't really go visit this year. We are planning next year because I haven't been there since 2018, 20. It's been years. I'm dying.
Like, sorry, we had a disabled kid government. We can't go see things and do things because we have to use all of our fucking vacation time and sick days on this shit.
Yeah. And don't even get me started with that shit.
No, it drives me up a goddamn wall.
Hell yeah. We're going to have a counter of how many times that's been said per episode. And hopefully I remember to start counting so I don't have to rewind and go skim through.
I didn't remember.
But basically, yeah, she has had all 3 of her surgeries. She's doing great. She is
cutest fucking dude. She's like the cutest. She really is. She's very cute.
We did enter her in one of the $25,000 baby things. So I'm just like, yeah, why not? I think she's the cutest thing in the world. You be the judge. And parents with their kids like, no, mine's the cutest in the world. I get it, but mine's the cutest.
Does she deserve $25,000? Let us know in the comments. Yes, no, just say yes or no.
Yeah, yay or nay.
We'll put out a poll.
And yeah, so she had all of her surgeries. She is a little behind with learning stuff because we think it's because of the surgeries and stuff like that, and just like constantly being, whatever, like having bowel problems. But she's she's walking. She starts to run to mom now, because she loves her mom. She's a mama's girl. But her speech is slowly starting to come. She's starting to say a couple words. She's smart as shit, I'll tell you that much. She was pointing at things, like, I forget when she started this, but, like, I'd be like, where's this? Where's that? She'll point at it, like, 5 months old. I'm like, holy shit, you know where everything is. But now she's like, she'll just go, woo, like, I want that. And, like, it's adorable. But also, it is a lifelong thing. A lot of people ask me, my friend.
I'm going to get real with you.
That is coming. I'm going to be real with you. That is going to come. But a lot of people said, like, oh, you got the three surgeries, so everything's fine. No, this is a lifelong thing. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't know is, like, the real stressful stuff starts for us after the third surgery, which is what we're going through, which I don't want to get into, like, too many details, but, like, we constantly have to battle with her constipation. Like, she's always getting backed up. So it just sucks. Like, we're just watching her strain and stuff like that. And so when she's older, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to do, like customizing her house that she's going to have to be a part of, or not be a part of, but use. But then in school, it's like, you know, I'm afraid of bullies because the school has to be on board with, like, the stuff that we have to do. Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's a lifelong thing that all of us are going to have to deal with. But I feel like I said, I'm the kind of person that just makes sure Haley's just like, whatever's, she's like, yeah, you'll figure it out. I just care about Charlie. I am everybody. I have to make sure that she's okay. She is so worried about Charlie, she forgets to eat. And that's where I come in. Here's a snack or something like that. Although lately I haven't been feeding her because I've been too tired and so busy. So, sorry, I haven't fed my wife breakfast for the past couple weeks, but I'll try and make that up for you.
Haley's dying. Sorry.
So, yeah, I left her on the floor. She's I'm doing the podcast. She's like, ugh.
She was shaking, but then, in fairness, we haven't turned the heat on yet, so that's fine.
I will not turn the heat on yet because we have oil heat, and I'm going to wait as long as I humanely can without getting Child Protective Services called on me to get heat, because that shit is expensive as fuck.
So you're probably like me with this, like you think about this shit all the time. You have to, right? So, like, you have to be like, yeah, she has this disability, right? Is this something you think about all the time?
Yes and no, because I have to deal with it every day. But, like, right. I just like, I get to. I'm grateful and thankful. I get to just spend all day with her. So, like, I just hang out and play, and, like, we have a great day together. But, like, the times where it's like, yeah, I got to do this, and she has to go through this, where it's like, it sucks for both of us.
Right.
That's when I'm like, yeah, she has this, but I'm not trying to think about the future of it. I'm just trying to think of in the now, and just, like, you know, preparing her for the future, but not worrying about, like, you know, when she starts dating, like, what are people going to think about that? Like, that's stuff that, like, it isn't. It's more so stuff that she's going to have to worry about, not me, but I'll be there to kind of help her, to support her. And, like, you know, she's, like, feeling really down about it, which she probably will be. That's where I got to, like, just come in and, you know, just give her whatever advice I can, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's something I think about too, where I'm just like, man, just make them the best that they can be personality-wise too, and don't let that define who they are. You know what I mean? I don't want people to be like, oh, there's the kid with the hearing aids. Like, I don't want people to be like, I want to be like, yo, there's Wes. He's the fucking crazy kid that is funny. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
but yeah, basically, because, like, I have a very positive outlook on life. I look at everything. Yeah. Shout out to Pagan Boy. But, like, that's kind of what I want to teach her, is just to, like, don't let those people or whoever, if they're talking shit on you, just, like, let them talk shit. It's going to hurt, but, like, once you realize that it's just them being insecure about themselves, because that's basically what it is. Like, oh, I got to pick on people.
Yep.
You know, just fuck them. Just, like,
oh, don't fuck. Hell yeah. You know what I mean. You know what he means.
Yo, dad jokes on fire today.
Fuck those haters, man. Yo, for real.
Oh, yeah, haters. We're going to bring that back?
Haters,
yeah. But I'm going to be real with you. My kid was born with a defect, but it's not going to stop me from loving that kid 100%. That kid is going to have the best life because we allow her to have the best. Well, not allow her, but because, damn it, I fucked up my be real with you.
You can start again. Nobody knows.
That's right. My kid's going to have the best life that she can have, because we are going to teach her and show her that life is everything. sign up for my course, how to raise a kid with disabilities.
I'm going to be real with you.
Oh, all right. What are we getting into?
When people start making fun of Wes in school, probably in high school, whatever it's going to be, for his hearing aids and shit, I'm going to be like, dude, take him out. Just be like this. I can't hear you, pussy. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's all you got to do. I can't hear you, pussy. That's it. There's gonna be something else. There are benefits. I can like play music really loud at night and shit, and it don't bother.
Great.
Yeah, so there are like some benefits, but
I don't have benefits.
I mean, I don't recommend it, but there's some benefits.
Well, yeah, it's good to know that both of our kids are doing great, and that we are sane. We're not losing our minds over the thing. We both have a good head on our shoulders, and it's great I mean, I've been there kind of since the beginning of Wes, and some stories pop up and old photos of just me holding him when he was young. I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
I know.
To see him, but now hopefully we can hang out more with my kid and get some pictures, so you could be like, oh, I remember how tiny she was.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Stone Brewery. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, we will definitely do that.
Kidney Stone Brewery.
We'll make it work. Yeah, thanks guys for listening to that. Got a little more real on this episode, but it's something that we wanted to touch on because it's something that we deal with on a daily basis. So we just wanted to touch on that and let people know, like, hey, this is maybe why we act the way we act sometimes and whatever. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people don't know. I mean, in my world they do, but like a lot of people on your side of the world don't know that, you know, what my kid was born with. And yeah, that it's cool that we are just taking the brighter side of things and just, you know, not making jokes of it, but just being very lighthearted about it. And just, like I said, having a good head on our shoulders and just being good fucking dads.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I guess I gotta say hello, Dad. I wish that you would come back. My name is Jazz. You probably already forgot that. Please show me what it's like to be a father to my baby Charlie. By the way, I'm a big fat pussy. Take it away, Doug.
I said I promise not to fall in love with my father. He's all I'm thinking of. I hate the Lord above. Forsaken me, my rock. You fucking messed me up. I fucking loved him.
Hello, Dad. I wish that you would come back. His name is Doug. You probably already forgot that. Please show him what it's like to be a father to his boy Wesley. By the way, he's a skinny pussy.
Thanks for watching our podcast, Daddies.
Daddies.